facing a 21-point deficit in the second half. Reminiscent of the blowout Dolphins loss a week before, the Denver Broncos rallied to a 31-28 victory, snatching their first win of the season. Hey Broncos Country, I'm Lori Lattimore-Volkman, and this is the Roundup. And it is our first Victory Monday. Woohoo!
Good, baby. First win. First and many. Let's keep this thing going. Let's go. Hard W, man. We pulled it out. We knew we can do it. We want to keep fighting, man. It ain't pretty, but a win's a win. Big win, man. Big win. We needed it. Feeling good, man. Good job. One down. Another one to go next week. First down, baby. Young.
The best part of that win was watching the team rally and get excited about trying to make a comeback. Russell Wilson's reaction after the touchdown to Courtland Sutton to make it 28-21 was priceless. That's the kind of fire we wanted out of the quarterback and out of the team, and it was fun to see.
Yeah, it was huge for us. We were all in this thing together. Beautiful demonstration of resilience. Beautiful demonstration of just not giving up and not giving in.
The Broncos took an early lead in the game, scoring on a Jaleel McLaughlin touchdown run to go up 7-0 on their first drive. But it wouldn't be until nearly the end of the third quarter before the offense would come alive again. But thanks to touchdowns by Brandon Johnson and Courtland Sutton on consecutive drives, the Broncos were back in the game. Down by just one touchdown, 28-21, the real spark came when Nick Bonito knocked the ball out of Justin Fields' hands and Jonathan Cooper was there to scoop it up. As the Broncos have coined it, coop and score.
Play. Like he said, he just read it really well. You know, when he got the sack, I didn't know if he had hit the ball, if it was a PBU or something. I think I saw his arm go, go. And as soon as I picked it up, I just took off as fast as I could. So, all credit to him, though. All credit to him, all credit to this team. The way we was fighting and everything, it's just amazing.
Just recognizing he was kind of high on the boot, knowing that the guy coming across, he wasn't really coming too hard at me, so I kind of felt the boot and just played it.
This game's funny. Their momentum plays, the sack, fumble, touchdown, I think is significant.
Tied at 28, the Bears were driving and in Broncos territory, but curiously, they decided to go for it on 4th and 1. The defense stepped up in the right moment, pushing Khalil Herbert back behind the line of scrimmage and taking over on downs. With just under 2 minutes to play, it was the Broncos' turn to put the game away. On the first play of the drive, Russell Wilson hit who else but Marvin Mims, the rookie sensation, on the deep ball for 48 yards and a huge first down. The Broncos wouldn't be able to get it into the end zone, but it didn't matter because the 51-yard kick by Will Lutz put the Broncos up 31-28 and ultimately in the win column, but not without a little bit of drama first. On 3rd and 13 at midfield with 38 seconds to play and the Bears driving, Kareem Jackson intercepted to put the game away.
Goes to the ground!
For a defense that had been the primary reason for the losses in recent weeks and came up big when it had to, Bonito and Cooper combined for 3.5 sacks, play of the game with Coop and score. They had 3 tackles for a loss and 4 QB hits.
Yeah, man, it was just looking back on the film, we all took accountability from it. That wasn't the type of stuff we wanted to put on film. Effort-wise, that definitely wasn't, our standard. And I just feel like we took as players, we took a lot of accountability, looked at the film, and you can definitely tell with how we practiced. And then that second half, how we played, I feel like really, there's a big reason why we won from practice. So.
Because after the Bears scored touchdowns on 3 consecutive possessions in the first half, the Broncos defense allowed just 7 points after the break. On Chicago's final 4 possessions of the game, the Denver defense forced a 3-and-out, returned a fumble for a touchdown, took over on downs, and intercepted a pass.
It was huge. I was saying on the sideline that the defense needed to score. We need to create a turnover. We need to do something to get this juice going. I feel like we need to take more accountability as a defense and put more on our shoulders so that, we can affect the game more, we can get more stops. And I feel like even with how good this win feels right now, we still got a lot of work to do, a lot of work to put in. And yeah, just can't wait to get back to work.
When the game's on the line, that's where you got to love it most. That's where you got to love it most. And you got to have great belief, and you got to have no fear. I think the biggest thing about winning and, winning, comeback games and all that, it's everybody. It's not just you, but, everybody staying poised, everybody believing. Had some great moments over my career, but that was one of my favorite ones.
After the game, Sean Payton admitted that 2/3 of the game, the Bears had the momentum, but the team hung in there together to rally for the win.
Yeah, I told the players afterwards, honestly, I said, look, there's a lot of things that we're going to have to clean up, and we're still not doing well. But the one thing that I was proud of is, they hung in there, they fought in when it had been real easy not to. So we came up with enough plays in the end, but we're going to have to play a lot better if we think we want to win more games this season.
After the first touchdown, it was a long time before the offense had anything to put on a highlight reel. But when it did, the highlights were big. The undrafted rookie running back, Jaleel McLaughlin, posted more than 100 all-purpose yards, including more than 70 on the ground and a touchdown. And Russell Wilson had quite the day, completing 21 of 28 passes for 223 yards. He threw for 3 touchdowns and ended with a 133.5 quarterback rating. His best game since becoming a Bronco. Only time will tell if this comeback victory is enough to spark motivation and confidence in this team to keep it going. But for now, it's good enough to enjoy Sunday's win.
I don't care what anybody says. Russ is a champion and one of the greatest champions I've ever been around. You know what I'm saying? So we don't expect anything less from Russ, and Russ, expects the same thing from us. So it's great to see it, but, it doesn't surprise us that, that Russ plays big in big games like this.
I know some of you are upset that we're no longer at the top of the list for the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. Thing is, Broncos country, Caleb Williams doesn't want to go to a loser. He's going to end up going to a team that does not have a good record, but he's going to want to go to a team that shows fight and heart and does know how to win. And that's what the Broncos did yesterday. They showed that they don't want to just listen to the narrative. They're not going to give up on themselves, and they're not going to give up on each other. We all know they have a lot of work to do. We all know that they may not win another game. Hopefully they win a couple. And they may still get Caleb Williams or one of the top quarterbacks from the draft, because it's going to be a long road for this team to improve that much to be a contender. But at least they showed us yesterday that they want to be contenders and they want to win, and they will come back from a deficit and from adversity. That's great to see. You can't be mad about that. You can't.
I think the win is more significant, just coming back to work, because there'll be some tough tape tomorrow. And, and I don't want to sugarcoat anything. There's some things, we're going to play a lot better teams on our schedule, and no disrespect to Chicago and Matt and what they're trying to do, and I'm sure the feeling is the same here. But I think the win was important for the group.
Yes, it was.
We all know what we're capable of, and it's one win. We got a lot more to do, and a lot of season left, a lot more rounds to go.
Go Broncos.